So from now on, it's being recorded so that other people can benefit from that as well. Okay, let's rock and roll.
Okay, wonderful. Can you all see my screen now?
Sure, yeah, we
Wonderful.
definitely can.
All right, so let's first take a deep breath through our nose and exhale through our nose. Just 2 more times. You can also bring your right hand onto your heart and left hand onto your belly. And we can start. So I just want you to think of someone. This could be yourself, or this could be someone else, a friend, a family member that you want to build a better relationship with, clear out all the blockages that you might have. This might be within you or within that person. So this is just to really eliminate all the blockages in your body, in your mind, in your heart, so that you can build a better bridge in between two of you. So just call in the energy of the other person. This can, again, be your own very self or somebody else. And so we're going to repeat these words. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And we'll just repeat this for 3 minutes. So let's call in the energy of the other person or yourself. And then let's start.
I love
you.
Love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love
I
you.
love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
I'm
I am
sorry.
sorry.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love
I
you.
love you.
I
I'm sorry.
am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
I
I
love you.
love you.
I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I
I
love
love
you.
you.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me. I thank you.
I love you. I am
sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
Thank you.
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you.
I love
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm
I am
Sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm
I
sorry.
am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please
Please forgive me. Thank you.
love you.
Love you.
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love
I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
I love
I love you.
I'm
I
sorry.
am sorry.
Please
Please forgive me. Thank you.
Okay, one last time. I love you.
I
Love
love
you.
you.
I'm
I
sorry.
am
sorry.
sorry.
Please
Please forgive me.
Thank
Thank you.
now take a deep breath. And feel that energy you created in your heart space. And imagine this bridge between you and either you or the other person. And this energy that you just built through this bridge you created between you and the other person, and send it through that. Send all the love and light that you have within you to share it with yourself or with the other person. And imagine this bridge turning into a golden bridge. Now, last of all, fill your whole body with a white light. Imagine your whole body as a pure white light. And through this bridge, also enlighten the other person or yourself again. You release the bridge. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for sharing this with me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was wonderful. Okay, so maybe you can just quit the screen sharing. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we are about to start our webinar, the second part with Tuche on the subject of urine therapy. But before that, I just want to say that this event, this webinar, has been organized by the Weekly Fasting Group. It's a WhatsApp group, very big WhatsApp group, international group of people who cultivate the habit of fasting once a week for at least 24 hours. There are also people who extend it, but at least 24 hours every week on a consistent basis to abstain from food. And if you are watching this video and this idea appeals to you and you are not the member of this group yet, you will find my WhatsApp number below this video. My name is Arik, so you can send me this WhatsApp message with your name, and I will happily add you to this group if this idea of cultivating this habit appeals to you. And now we are back with Tuche. Over to you, my dear. Please enlighten us. Last time it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And many other people enjoyed it as well.
Yes, I enjoyed it so much too. We had such questions that, you know, we kept going on and on, and it felt like we could go for another 3 hours. So
absolutely.
for hosting me. This is a privilege and honor for me to be able to, you know, introduce this therapy that helped so much to me, and I know for so many. So it's a really an honor to be able to share my journey with all of you. And thank you all for coming, you know, for saving this time for yourself. This is really a life-changing information, and I hope you all get to experience it for yourselves and reap all the benefits, you know, you can. So I'm really happy that you are all here. So last time I made an introduction and we had many questions. If you like this time, we can continue with questions again, or there are actually a few things that I wanted to add from last time. Maybe I can start with that first. So yeah, I just wanted to share that I know this group is also mainly focused on dry fasting. So I wanted to mention that this Orin therapy, utilizing your own waters, is actually a great bridge to breatharianism. It's a great bridge to, it's not the only way to become a breatharian, but it's definitely a shortcut way. It's what I've seen on my journey, practicing it for 5 years, because it cleans up all the blockages in the body. It has this potential to do that. Because it does that, it just like decreases your need for anything external. Because if we think about it, when do we turn back to food, right? It's either when we feel dehydrated, when we feel thirsty, or when we feel emotional. We wanna, if we are emotional, we wanna kind of suppress those emotions. We wanna eat something, distract ourselves, and we go for the food. And that then usually takes away our energy, our life force. We sleep more, we crash more at nighttime, and then we wake up, we feel again that we need something to wake us up. And this is like a roller coaster like this. But whereas when we juice fast or dry fast, we see that these highs that we feel with the food, we don't feel them anymore. And it's like like a slower wave almost. We don't get that high. We don't crash in the evening to sleep for another 7 to 8 hours just to eat again, to get high and then crash again. So when we are on a juice fast or liquid fast or dry fast or Orin fast, what we see is that we are riding a wave that's like much more slower and gentler, and we don't get that high, but we keep that energy, and then we sleep less at night. I mean, there are breatharians who don't sleep at all, so you can see this schedule. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. This is really a shortcut way, because why we feel like we go back to foods is because we are either dehydrated, in my opinion, or because we feel emotional. And we feel dehydrated because we eat dehydrating foods. In my opinion, water is not hydrating. Even juices are not hydrating. Imagine you pour a watermelon juice on your skin, right? It gets sticky, it gets like gluey. Even to clean that from your skin, you need the water to wipe it and clean it off. So I think it's the same thing in our bodies. And I feel like the only hydrating liquid that I found, in my opinion, is Orin. And if you ask why is that, because first of all, it's negatively charged. And that tells a lot about us, because if you look at our interstitial fluids, that go through our capillaries, especially in our heart, they observe that the liquid that resides on the sides of the walls of these capillaries are all negatively charged. And this is what forms the flow in the body, in between the veins and in circulation. I know I'm going into too much science, but when I made the test for all the liquids that I had in my apartment, which were reverse osmosis water, distilled water, tap water, spring water, these were all, and also freshly squeezed orange water, these were all positively charged. And only my Orin was negatively charged. And we know that Orin is also in the state of plasma, which is the 4th stage of water. It's not a gas, it's not a liquid, it's not solid, but it's in the plasma stage. And when we look at the cells of our bodies, when you squeeze or put a pin into a cell, or squeeze a needle kind of a thing into a cell, it doesn't bring out water because it's in the gel-like, plasma-like stage. And that's why for us to hydrate our cells, we again need this gel-like, plasma-like structure. And that's not water, that's not fruit juices, that's not pasteurized juices, it's our Orin. So I think it's a really great way to hydrate yourself with this, so that we can go back to our homeostasis phase, where we don't need anything external. Our body can do all the job it needs to do within itself. And if it produces any Orin, then it will reabsorb it, and then it will recirculate it. So yes, I just wanted to mention this, that it's a perfect bridge to breatharianism, in my opinion. Of course, it's not the only way. Not all the breatharians have practiced Orin therapy to get to where they are, but I think it's like I said, it's a perfect bridge. It makes it easier, and it makes the transition much more easy and flowing, and much more comfortable. It just becomes, when you're looping it every day, you see it in yourself. Like, you don't even have to decide to go for a dry fast. You see that your consumption, your need for consumption gets less and less and less and less. Yet you have more energy, and you sleep less. You need less time to rest. So this has been my observation, along with many who are practicing this therapy. So it's a really great way to incorporate it in your daily lives. As long as you are not fully breatharian, but you are consuming some liquids or some food here and there, this is something that you could incorporate and still get, even while eating, you can still get amazing benefits. So from here on, I guess I'll put the microphone on you, and if you have any questions, I can help answer them.
Yes, guys, please ask your questions.
Hey, Tulcha.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, I told you my question, right? So I will make it public now.
Mhm.
So I'm coming from the teachings of Morse, right? Dr. Morse. And I mean, I'm quite in a transitioning phase, and I practice urine therapy. I'm still practicing it here and there, but I'm still like very often in between, you know, because I have many friends. They are on this journey for years, and they are detoxing, and they are fasting, and they are on fruits, and they have a lot of experience, and they have started having sediment like very heavily in their urine while they're on day 120 on a juice fast, you know. And like, because they have done a lot of work, they have worked with a lot of herbs, a lot of juices, fasting, and then suddenly they started having a lot of white sediment in their urine, which is supposedly lymphatic waste, you know. And everything you say and everything this community with the urine therapy says, I agree, it resonates somehow with me. But then when I hear the stories, and I for myself, I had that after like my 67-day juice fast, I had also like sediment in my urine, and I was asking, what is it, you know, like what is the explanation for that, if there's really no connection between kidney and lymphatic waste?
Yeah, thank you so much for this question, because this has been really the obstacle in the way for people to start practicing this therapy. I'm also coming from the teachings of Dr. Morris, and for this very reason, I didn't practice it for the first year that I knew about Orin therapy. I thought it was a waste, and I thought it's a lymphatic waste. I thought it's acidic, and I didn't want to put it back into my body. So there's a couple of answers to this. What happens in the urine is, so this is coming from a scientist friend of mine. She analyzed the sediments, and she saw a stem cell turning into a white blood cell and encapsulating a pathogen. And in my opinion, those sediments are just accumulation of these white blood cells, which were originally stem cells. And they're encapsulating a pathogen. So what happens is, oh, Noah is here. Yes, Noah also asked me this question last week, and we talked exactly about this. So what happens is, I think during these long, prolonged juice fasts and dry fasts that people do, they go into deeper tissues and they get to cleanse better. And during these dry fasts, because the body goes into regeneration mode, because it's not spending any of its time and energy into digesting the food, but it's spending all its time and energy into regenerating the body, regenerating the cells. And we all know that during these fasts, whether it's a dry fast or a prolonged juice fast, the body is producing a lot of human growth hormone and a lot of stem cells. And I think what people see in the urine when they pee fresh or when they leave it on the counter for a while is these stem cells, because sometimes they also see it while eating, but they usually see it while fasting. And I think the reason they see it while fasting is because the body is producing more stem cells, and also the body is going into deeper tissues to purge out these toxins. I don't think, and this is also proven by, again, a doctor who actually like cut a cadaver, a dead body, to see if there's any connection between the kidneys and the lymphatic waste, and they couldn't find it. Again, I don't think any waste is dumped into the kidneys. They're all filtered out through the liver first, and then through millions of nephrons in the kidneys. But again, if the body is very toxic, and if the body is like in a purging phase, then the body is able to use any of the organs to do this. So there might still be minor amounts of toxins in the urine, which are already taken care of by the stem cells, because the stem cells immediately turn into white blood cells and they can encapsulate these pathogens. So what we see in the urine is an accumulation of those stem cells. And I have a friend, you all probably know her, Monica Schutt, who has been practicing Orin therapy for 25 years. She, when she ages the urine, she separates the sediment and then drinks it. So that's something that you can do. And also in the fresh Orin, if you see the sediments in the fresh Orin, you can just let it sit, and with a straw, you can just drink the top part. That's one way to deal with it. But I also do have some friends who also drink the stem cells, the sediment at the bottom of the aged, and they have no issues because they're already encapsulated. They will have no harm to you. If anything, they will work in a homeopathic way, where when those toxins enter the mouth, the glands, the lymphatic nodes under the tongue will receive them as something harmful to the body, and they will trigger the immune system to get better protection against them. So it actually works like almost like a vaccine, because just like in the vaccine, when the pathogen is given to you, this way, when you're re-ingesting your urine, you're getting minor amounts of that pathogen, and the body perceives it with the glands under the tongue and gets into action. It says, okay, this pathogen is coming to the body. I have to work harder. I have to produce these antibodies to work against this. So it's like you're vaccinating yourself, which is why during this pandemic, I had like literally no fear having practiced this therapy for a long time and still doing it. because it's literally like you're vaccinating yourself. If you ever get any pathogen any day, you know, and if you're drinking it every day, you have nothing to, you know, be afraid of. And also the diet also plays a big role on it. When you put two together, it's like you're safe. So I hope this answered your question, but if you have anything additional, I can help.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew the answer. it's still sometimes confusing. I have another friend. He had like in his fresh urine, he's also like on a fruit-based diet for over 7 or 8 years, and he had like it looked like heavy metal in his fresh urine from whatever he released, you know. So it's I mean, in the end, we all have to listen to ourselves and tune in. There are more parts in myself which are saying no, it's not waste, because it feels not like that. But there's still some doubt coming sometimes, you know, especially if for example, I'm not that hydrated and I'm all day busy or doing things, and you know, not drinking that much juices or whatever, or not looping that much, and that those days where my urine is not that nice, you know, like it smells acidic, and it's like in those moments I ask myself, you know, but yeah, I'm pretty in the beginning. I'm still in the beginning of this journey.
Yeah, I totally understand. I had those kind of days where, you know, I had my urine come out like a little bit fuzzy or more dehydrated. When I was feeling more dehydrated, it would come out brownish, and then I would hesitate drinking it. It's up to you really in that moment. You can either drink it, and I mean, it's the thing is, like when you have dehydrating diet, it comes out dehydrated. So it comes out more brownish, more maybe blurry. The thing is, it's always going to help you in any way, like in whatever phase it is, and you drink it, it will always and always help you. It just won't taste as good. That's the difference. When you're on a very hydrating diet, fruits and fruit juices and lots of maybe distilled water, then it comes out super clear. And also one more thing, if it comes out brownish and blurry and you drink it, the next time it will come out clearer. And if you drink it again and then pee out, it will come out clearer. So you can also, by just circulating it using your body, it will get clearer and clearer. And also coming to your first statement, when, you know, if your friend thinks like, so it's really hard to see heavy metals by eye, by like naked eye, but you do see crystal formation. I don't know if maybe that's what your friend saw, but if you age your urine in a bottle, on the side of the glass, in time, you'll see glowing little particles, crystals. And that's due to the plasma stage of the Orin, because in time it will turn into a crystal. I mean, there are people who snort that crystal formation and, you know, get very amazing like spiritual benefits. But the thing is, when urine tests are made, people also get to see heavy metal levels in urine. So you can ask, so how come if there's no waste, how come you can see heavy metals in the urine, right? But the thing is, because, so this is like very scientific, but because this formation is like, this urine is in the plasma form, and its stem cells are able to encapsulate all the pathogens. Even if there is a minor amount of pathogen in the urine, the stem cells are able to take care of it, and it won't be harmful when it's re-ingested. So I have a friend who is doing a heavy metal detox using zeolite. And when, you know, people's urine are tested while they're on zeolite, they see the levels of heavy metals coming out. But this person is also practicing Orin therapy. So he's looping it all back. And he's still getting more and more benefits over time. So, I mean, even if there is like minor amounts of heavy metals or toxins in the Orin, it's taken care of, and it works homeopathically. Because again, like when you re-ingest it, these glands, lymph nodes receive the information and activate the whole body's immune system for it. So it's the same mentality as a vaccine, you know, it's giving yourself back the little poison you had so that your body can work overtime to take care of it. You can think of it that way. And also, like, if we leave the science behind or on the side for a little bit, if we look at the anatomy of the body, and, you know, when we look at where the semen comes for the men, it's the same channel that the urine comes, right? So, I mean, I believe that we are brilliant, amazing designs, but if urine was a waste and it would still be coming out of the same channel that the semen is coming out, I think we would be a very, very bad design. So, I mean, just by knowing this, it gives me, you know, the comfort and the relief that it's not possible. But of course, we need more research, I think, to put scientific explanations to it. I mean, I think science comes in two ways, though. One is, you know, done by a group of people in a laboratory, paid by a corporation that has, you know, some expectations from the outcome. And the second one is observation. And when we do the science in terms of observing, we see everyone who is practicing this therapy getting one way or another benefit. And so I think that just speaks for itself.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I hope this helped.
Okay, guys, do you have any more questions? We did receive a few questions in the chat, but first of all, maybe some other guys want to unmute themselves and ask the questions. Okay, guys. Yeah, yes, Rovitala. So, and guys, I just want to say that even if you post it in the chat, it's always fun to have you and hear your voice. So you can just unmute yourself and ask anyway. Yes, Rovitala.
If the urine is clear, no sediment, is that a problem? I mean,
No. No, not at all. That's how mine is all the time. I never ever get sediments in my urine. And that's why I was always like, oh, my kidneys are not filtering, my kidneys are not working, but no, they're working perfectly fine. I mean, the whole filtering conversation is like, it doesn't make sense at all. But when your urine is clear, then it means you're hydrated. It means you're not on cooked foods. You're on, you're consuming living foods, and that's the best form you can get. I mean, I can show you mine right now. It looks like almost clear, almost like no color, very slightly yellowish and clear, transparent. I can see the other side, no fuzziness, no blurriness. And what I had this morning was watermelon juice and celery juice. And also one dragon fruit, all living foods. When you're consuming, you know, a living food, when it's not cooked, when it's not grilled, you know, baked, cooked in any way, boiled, even steamed, when the chemistry of the food is not changed, then it doesn't change you. But when we alter the chemistry of our food, then it alters us. So it's really, there's a beauty in accepting the foods that the nature provides in the same way that it, you know, accepting them in the same way that the nature provides them. And if you're consuming them, you know, consuming in the way that the nature provides, there's really a beauty in that. And so when we're not, you know, changing the chemistry of these foods in any way, then our water really comes out like coconut water almost. It's like pure water with a slight taste. Mine smells like vanilla sometimes, and it's very pure. It's warm. Once you take a sip, you just want to drink more and more and more. You want to chug the whole bottle. That's how it makes me feel every time. But whenever I have something dense, like this can be nuts and seeds, even if they are raw, any fats, any oils, anything cooked, then the water, which is essentially your blood, because this is just an extension of your blood, right? This is actually like a blood test. You know, when you see your water clear, you know that your blood is clean. Your blood is hydrated, your blood is flowing, it's carrying all the oxygen it needs to the cells, you know, it's in the right place. But when your filtered water, even though it's filtered, if it comes out blurry and fuzzy and dark, then imagine how your blood is. Then your blood is even more dehydrated and more heavy, maybe with oils and nuts and seeds and dense. So when it's heavy with oils, especially because the blood is water-based, but when it gets fat-based, or when the fat percentage increases, and this can be even like the best fat out there, avocado, olives, nuts and seeds, you know, when it gets fat-based, it gets denser, slower. It loses its capacity to carry oxygen into the cells, and you feel heavier and less energetic. So it's really important to keep it as water-based as you can, and then you can test it out every day, you know, like just by peeing in a jar, and having clear urine is literally the best thing. So hope this answered your question every time. There's nothing wrong with it, you know.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it. I know there's like in the Morse teachings, you know, if you're peeing clear and like your kidneys are not filtering, and I mean, I'm just not on the same boat with that idea, because even the idea of filtering, like if it's filtering something, the sediment needs to stay on top and the outcome should be clear. But the opposite is used. When you see sediments in the water, in your urine, they say, oh, your kidneys are filtering. If it's filtering, what is it filtering if the sediments are still coming out? Even the filtering concept doesn't really make sense to me. But I understand what, you know, is tried to say, I guess. If the lymphatic waste is dumped into the kidneys, it's giving out the lymphatic waste. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, really. I don't even want to go there because it just doesn't make sense. And I've been my healthiest ever. If that were the case, if my kidneys were not working just because my urine is clear, I mean, how is that possible? Like, I don't have any disease right now that I'm dabbling with. I'm free of PCOS. I'm free of irregular cycles. I'm free of cystic acne. I'm free of thyroid medications and thyroid disease. I'm free of insulin resistance. And because my urine is clean, my kidneys are not filtering. That can't be true. If your kidneys were not working, you would not be alive. It's like your heart not pumping.
Yeah, because I'm on solid food vacation, fruit and vegetable juices fresh for 2 months, and the urine is clear. So I thought,
Exactly.
like this. And just like you said before, somebody is paying money for all these scientific researchers. Nobody researches these things. It's like we're learning it ourselves because no one has any interest in it. So maybe that's how, okay, just like you're saying that maybe, you know, you don't need to see any sediment. Maybe it's when you eat the bad food, the wrong food, that is when you see, just like you said, particles or foggy, your urine is foggy but cloudy, but when you eat clear foods, I mean the right foods, and then you shouldn't see anything.
Exactly, because I mean, your urine is an extension of your blood. It's just like it's showing you how your blood is. So as long as you are on the clean foods, because I know some people who see sediments on a juice fast are consuming pasteurized juices, and that's still cooked. So I mean, no wonder why you're seeing sediments in a juice fast, you know. But as long as it's fresh, I mean, I've never experienced it in my body, nor ever heard it from anybody else while they're on a juice fast, seeing sediments. And even if they do, I would say maybe they're digging up so much in their tissues that, you know, the body releases some, but
Old stuff.
Old stuff. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And just like you said, you know, because there's no money in this, there are not enough scientific research, but still I've found like almost 10 articles online about stem cells and stem cells being in the urine. And now the scientists are able to extract these stem cells from the urine and have them turn into a fat cell or a kidney cell or a liver cell. So they're able to do this. And this is proven now. This is scientific, and this is proven over and over that there are multiple stem cells in the urine, which is why I think it's so regenerating to the body. And it helps recover, you know, the glands and tissues and organs. So, I mean, I think the proof is already in the pudding, but of course there's like much more research that could be done to have more proof, especially regarding the sediments.
And I like what you say, this is the best blood test. That's really shows that the condition of your blood. That's true. That's true.
It's because blood test, if you go to a hospital and get a blood check, it's just for that specific time, you know, so for those specific hours. If you had a cheeseburger the night before, you're gonna have this much of fat plasma on top of the red portion of your blood, which could give you, you know, a heart attack. It's very hourly based. But if you're urinating in a glass and looking at the phase of your water, it's really an hourly checkup for yourself. And this is why it's a beautiful biofeedback too, because you can really see what the foods you're consuming are doing to you, if they are dehydrating you or hydrating you. I was big on Master Fast quite a few years ago, 5 years ago. Before I found Orin therapy, which is consuming pasteurized grape juice, lemon juice. And I wanted to experiment with it later on again. and I consumed it, a bottle, and then my urine came out like almost like dark yellow. And that was like a proof to me that even though I know there's a talk around like when the fruit juices are being cooked, they turn into plasma form and so on. But to me, when I saw my Orin, it was so dark that it was a proof that it was dehydrating for me. It's a beautiful feedback, you know. You can test it with anything you see, you eat, and it's a really beautiful feedback. Like when you consume nuts and seeds, you will see that it's more brownish, more fuzzy, cloudy. When you eat cooked foods, it's the same thing. It just shows you how those foods are turning your blood into. So yeah, it's great that you are on a long veggie and fruit juice fast and fresh. That's beautiful. And if you're also incorporating urine along with it, that's like, wow. I think to me, that's like the best cleanse that anyone can do, you know, and beyond that, of course, there's dry fast and so on. But I think this is a beautiful bridge to dry fasting, because when you're hydrating your body at such a deep level that you're doing now with, you know, fresh juices and Orin, and beyond that, it's just Orin fast, you know, with that, you are even hydrating your body even more. And when you do these levels of fasting, I find dry fasting much more easy, because you know, we have usually like a regular person has a hard time going over maybe 1 day, 2 day, or 3 days. But now I see that people who are practicing this for a long time can go for 15 days, can go for 1 month. And it's not even like a challenge for them. It's not even a hassle. It's just something that the body just requires naturally, because the body gets so hydrated that when you go on a dry fast, you're not feeling that dehydration. The mouth doesn't get that cotton mouth, or you don't feel agitated because all these toxins are flushed into the body, into the bloodstream. It feels more of easy sailing. And yeah, so that's why I think it's beautiful.
Would you suggest regular urine or Orin or aged?
During in general, during a fast.
In general, during the fast, which is better?
Well, the aged one is always stronger. It has a higher electrical charge. If the regular urine is like -50, aged Orin is usually -100. If it's like a year old or even a couple of months old, the electrical charge drops down and it becomes stronger. It has a stronger power to pull out all the toxins, which are all positively charged. So the higher the negative charge, the better it is. So aged urine is always more powerful. But in terms of like on a daily basis, where you want to understand, you know, where you're at, or you want to give your body that constant feedback, you know, daily feedback of pathogens, then in that sense, fresh urine is better. Because let's say you went out to another country and you had, I don't know, their water, right? And there's some bacteria in that water. If you're drinking your own urine that day, the urine already has that information. Let's say you got the specific bacteria from a tap water or from the foods in another country, and it produces the antibody for that bacteria. So when you're re-ingesting your urine, it has that specific antibody for that bacteria. So it has capacity to fight with it. And then you don't have any side effects from drinking that tap water. But if you're consuming aged Orin, because that aged Orin from a year ago doesn't have the information of the bacteria that you just got exposed today, then it doesn't do much for that specific thing. I mean, it would still help because aged urine is highly antibacterial, antiviral, and everything. But if we're working on a specific case, if a specific pathogen, I think fresh urine is really powerful, which is what we see when, you know, people get stung by an insect or a snake or a wasp or a bee. You know, in 20 seconds, the body is able to.
That.
The body is able to produce the antibody for that. So you just wait for 20 seconds and then you drink your pee, and then you don't get any allergy reactions to that insect, bug, wasp, snake poison, or jellyfish, whatever it might be. So fresh urine has the, you know, the power to give you that instant feedback to whatever you are exposed. That's why it's really good to drink your first morning urine in the morning, you know, so just to clear out anything that you were exposed the day before, and to keep the body clean. But then, of course, aged is very powerful. So if you're doing a juice fast, you can, you know, have a glass of aged that day. If you want to have more, you can have more, depending on what kind of detox symptoms that you're going through. I would make sure to have like at least one shot, like one glass shot or a small glass shot. It's really helpful. And I think aged is also great for doing enemas, which is what I do. I could show you my bottle. I think I did show you last time, but oh, it's quite heavy, sorry. Oh, okay. So this is my aged Orin bottle. It's a 1 gallon size. It's covered with a cloth with a rubber band around it, so it can still breathe. So what I do is I drink my fresh during the day, loop it all day, and then in the evening, to have a uninterrupted sleep at night, I stop drinking my Orin around 6 or 7 p.m. Unless I had a you know, huge meal and I want to just flush myself out. I just stop around 6 or 7 p.m. and then I collect all the other ones in here. And you see this is turning into a like a cloudy Orin because it's getting aged. Yeah, I collect this. I have multiple jars like this. And when I collect around 5 gallons, 5 jars, I use them to do an enema. And enema is a great method used in detoxification to clear out the intestines, the colon. And if you're especially on a juice fast where your colon is more empty than other times, it's a perfect time to do it, because when you do it and the urine has the potential to not only clean out your colon, large intestine and small intestine, but also it can reach out to your liver and clean that out. So it's a great method. I think I don't recommend coffee enemas. I know there's also a big community, you know, practicing that due to Gerson therapy. But I think whether it's taken from the mouth or from the other end, I think it's very toxic to the body, because even if you take it as an enema, it releases neurotoxins into the blood, and these are absorbed through the walls of the colon, and it still goes into the bloodstream. So I would not suggest it. I think Orin enemas are the best way, really, because they have such like power to break up mucus that it's really, you know, breaks up any mucus in the colon, and then you see it coming out also. And also because it's very anti-parasitic, after doing an enema, you might also see some parasites coming out. So it's really potent. You will see that in the first few ones, and then if you keep your diet clean, then you won't see them anymore, since you'll be cleansed out. Only they come back only if you re-expose yourself to like cooked foods or heavy dense foods, heavy fatty foods, even if it's raw vegan, but fatty foods, they come back. So yeah, I'm just talking about everything that comes to my mind, but I hope.
It's very interesting, and fascinating that, to know that if you're bit by a snake and you can take care of it, I mean,
yeah,
by poisonous, yeah, it's amazing. It's just amazing to know this information. You know, people die of these things or taken to hospital and, you know, given such treatments that, I mean, if you could just drink your own urine and be cured.
yeah, it's really life-changing. This is all about the person stepping into its own power, knowing that what our bodies are capable of, and reaching out for this medicine that we always have within us. I know so many people who are allergic to nuts. They carry an EpiPen next to them all the time. Even if there's like nut dust in the air, they get allergic reactions, they start coughing. If they were practicing Orin therapy, first of all, they wouldn't have the allergy anymore. And second of all, if they did have a bad reaction to a nut that they just ate and they didn't know, they can just drink their Orin and have no reactions. I mean, they can still carry the EpiPen next to them by, you know, just to be sure the very first few times. But I mean, it clears out all the allergies in the body. And it's the first, it should be literally the first, our first go-to medicine before we go on to anything else, because it really clears up everything. If you had a cut, if you had a burn, if you have any type of wound on your skin, just pour aged urine on it and it heals immediately. It becomes the second skin because it's in the plasma form. It's gel-like, so it literally forms a second skin on your original skin. I mean, this has been proven over and over. People who had a third degree or first degree burns, they apply Orin on their skin and it heals very quickly and it doesn't leave any mark on your skin. It's really the best medicine for anything, any inflammation, even for if you break a bone, you know, you can dip your, let's say one broke his ankle, you can dip your ankle into the Orin. It helps the bone formation and it helps it heal much better. My husband broke his ankle. It was so swollen, it was bruised and all like really bad. He did a Orin fast for 2 days and soaked his ankle into his Orin, and the next week, or no, it was 2 weeks later, he was able to play soccer again. It healed immediately. And it was so
amazing.
So like he didn't get an X-ray. I don't know if if it was literally broken or if he had a fracture, but either case, he wasn't able to walk. He was in bad pain. It was swollen and it was purple. It was really bad. And then in 2 weeks, he was able to play again. He had such a rapid recovery, you know. So
amazing,
so powerful,
life-changing information.
It really is. I wish everyone would know about this. You know, that's my goal in this life, to spread this message as much as I can, because not everyone has to practice it, not everyone has to drink it, but they need to know about it. We need to know that we come with our medicine along with us. You know, we're not really dependent on anything external. Like we have everything within us. We have all the medicine within us, and we need to be informed about this. We need to know about this. This is like the first thing that should be spoken at a school, at a science class, at a biology class. What is our body? What is our body producing? What is this secretion coming out? What is it made of? You know, this is such a simple thing, yet it's not taught. And I'm feeling really blessed to have found about this 5 years ago, and being practicing it for 5 years. I feel like I'm staying young and happy and, you know, healthy. And my goal is really to spread this message as much as I can. We need to know about this. It's our birthright, you know, it's our birthright to know about this.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Raju, you posted a question. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask it personally?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so Raju is asking, what is your view on ingesting your moon blood? I have heard some people use it as a face mask or give it to plants.
Yeah. So I've ingested couple of times. I don't do it every time, but I've experimented with it, and it's put me into a very hard detox phase where I was feeling like blockages in my body where I had to move it. I started doing these Kundalini moves to move the energy. I worked with it for an hour, and then I felt total bliss. So I think just like your Orin, your moon blood also has stem cells in it, and it's very powerful in terms of detoxing you. And it can also be used as a face mask. And I also give it to my plants when I don't use it myself, and they're like so healthy, I think, for that reason. You can also give your Orin, and my friend made a quick experiment in his backyard where you know, he has this grass lawn. He peed on one side and didn't pee on the other side, and he used aged on the side he used to pee for. And the side that he used the aged Orin was like much more lush. So it's perfect for the plants too. But yeah, you can also make a face mask, and I think the stem cells in the face mask really helps the skin to regenerate.
Yeah, Tuche, like this term moon blood, it means your period blood, no? Like, well,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I just wasn't familiar with this term, so just wanted to clarify. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And then another question is from Alina. Do you have any advice to heal cystic acne with urine therapy? How much urine should I look?
Oh, this is what I had been fighting for 15 years, you know. Even after I went raw vegan, I still had cystic acne. I was on Accutane medication, which is like almost like a chemotherapy. And I was on so many topical creams and medication, and it would help for a while. And then when I stopped the medication, it would come back. I was put on birth control pills to regulate my hormones, and what else? And also thyroid hormones, thyroid pills. But yeah, nothing was helping me. And the only thing that helped me was my Orin. So just drinking 1 cup every day is very helpful too. But you really see, like, you really clear it out when you go on a fast, Orin fast for a couple of days, or if you're doing a juice fast, drinking at least like 1 or 2 liters of your Orin every day. That clears it up. And this is really a matter of how much you drink it, how deep it goes. The more you drink it, the better. I always say, like, let's imagine a car, you know, it's dirty, it has all this dust and leaves on it. You can't clean the whole car with just 1 cup of water, right? You need like a bucket and even maybe a couple of times. So we have a certain mass in our bodies, you know, a physical mass. So we need a certain amount of liquid to clean this up. Orin is definitely the ultimate liquid to clean it up, and you need a certain amount of it. So the more you drink it, the better. And if you want to get the fastest results, I would suggest an Orin fast. If not, mix with juice plus Orin fast. And in a couple of days, you will see amazing results.
Tuchen, does it also include the applying, in case of acne, does it also include applying urine on your skin, on the acne itself?
Yes, that also helps a lot, but I don't think one can clear it up just by applying it topically, because it's related to the liver, to the cleaning factory of the body. The factory itself needs to be cleansed so that the factory can continue cleaning the body. So one needs to drink it to clear the cause, you know, systematically.
Sure. And
So,
in addition to that, it might be also applied on the skin, I guess.
yes, in addition to that, definitely you will have great benefits applying it onto your skin. Because it's antibacterial, it takes away the inflammation, and it also moisturizes the skin. And due to the stem cells, you again help your skin to regenerate. And it you know, takes away the wrinkles, because your skin gets really hydrated with Orin, because it's in this plasma form. It's gel-like, so it's like your skin gets really plump and moist, and on the outside it becomes very silky and soft, and but also on the inside it gets hydrated, so your skin looks more like fuller.
Amazing.
Wrinkles go away.
Amazing. And then we have another question from Sebastian. He says, another question related to the teachings of Dr. Morse. I'm another guy with a similar background. Dr. Morse doesn't endorse fermented foods. When you age urine, it ferments, right? What is your view on drinking fermented urine? Because some recommend drinking only the fresh urine. And what is your view on fermented foods in general?
Yeah. That's a great question. Thank you, Sebastian. So I don't recommend fermented foods either. Mainly like because fermented foods are usually made in high amounts of vinegar and salt, and these are very toxic to the body. The vinegar is very acidic. It turns your blood acidic, and it's not good. And salt is very dehydrating and highly addicting. So salt literally sucks up all the juice, the water, the plasmic water out of your cells, and it dehydrates the cells. It causes aging and all sorts of things. It pollutes the liver, because the liver really works hard to get this out. It causes sluggish liver. I don't recommend fermented foods at all. If one is looking into fermented foods to get in the good bacteria to move the colon, they should definitely look into the Orin therapy, because that's where you get all the good bacteria that you need, the colon needs, to do all the digesting work and to flush out all the food. And aged urine being fermented, so that's I wouldn't call it fermented. It's evolving. It's not aging, but it's still aging, but it's evolving. So what happens when you're aging the Orin is the stem cells in the fresh urine gets multiplied. And for that reason, and also for the electrical charge, it becomes very useful, for very potent. Yeah. Okay, so some do recommend drinking only fresh urine, but I've fasted on aged Orin for like 36 hours, 48 hours, only on aged. and I had amazing benefits then too. So, and I also do aged for enemas. So I think, you know, it's up to the person to drink the aged, because I know sometimes it's stronger, it has a stronger smell, and it's not maybe the most palatable drink. I kind of like it, because as long as you save your like clearest urine, like for instance, let's say I have this clear urine and I save this one for 1 month, it really becomes it still stays clear but turns brownish, and it gets this spicy taste, which I don't mind. But if you keep an Orin that you had cloudy to start with, then that gets really stinky. And I would suggest you to filter it and then drink it, so that you don't get the pathogens that are encapsulated by the white blood cells that I just talked about. So yeah, I definitely recommend drinking aged. If you're doing a fast and looping your Orin all day long, you can definitely have a cup or a bottle of aged to support it, to go into deeper levels of detoxification. I would just be mindful of your detox reactions. If you're already having like a slight fever or a headache, I wouldn't keep drinking aged, because it's really flushing all the toxins, and the body needs to work a lot. I would keep it slow and steady. And let's say you're on fresh Orin, you're looping every day, you have no detox reactions, I would say go for the aged, drink a glass. And then if you still don't have any detox reactions, go for the 1 bottle, go for 2 bottles. You know, there's no limit on this. The more you drink, the better it is for you. So yeah, I definitely recommend. I know there are some books, like older books, that says, you know, don't drink the aged, don't drink the first stream of your urine, because it has it might have bacteria in it or somehow something. I don't agree with any of that. The first stream, even if it has bacteria, the water itself is antibacterial, so it takes care of it. The stem cells take care of it. So I think it's even better to have that bad bacteria, if there is any, because like I said, it will activate the glands here, and it will help you build a better immune system. So there's really no dogma, no rule when it comes to Orin therapy. You can age it, drink it fresh. You can drink it with whatever diet you're on. You can drink it even if you are on synthetic drugs. You will still get benefits, because it's your medicine.
Amazing, amazing. And then the same guy is asking, would you mix aged and fresh urine?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. When you're putting drops on your eyes, if you used only aged, you will realize that it burns a lot. I don't know if it's because of the negative charge, but maybe because of its pulling power. But it will burn a lot. So you can always mix aged and fresh and put it that way on your eyes, on your in your ears, and the same thing while drinking. If you're getting a lot of detox reactions from drinking aged, then you can always mix it with fresh and dilute it a little bit and drink it that way. You can always mix and match.
Thank you very much. Then we have another question from Gary Ivanova. Do we have to take all the urine of the day, or only the first in the morning?
So again, there's no rule when it comes to Orin therapy. The more you drink it, the better it is for you. If you would like to drink it all, you can drink it all. It will only give you more benefits. But then at nighttime, you would have to wake up and pee and go back to sleep, and it will interrupt your sleep. But it's very beneficial. I had a time where I wanted to go into deeper fast, so I would like do that. I would wake up at 3-4 a.m., drink, and then go back to sleep. 2-3 hours later, I would wake up, drink again. And you know, if you wanna like really, if you're working on something that you wanna get quicker results, you can do that. It just interrupts your sleep. That's the only thing. But the one in the morning is really the most potent one, because what happens is when you're sleeping at night, your blood travels your whole body for 7-8 hours or 5 hours, however how much you're sleeping, and collects all the data, all the information, saying, okay, there's this virus over here, there's this bacteria over here, you know, I have to produce this antibody and this antigen for this. And it does so much work, right? It circulates the body all night, working 8 hours. And the one that comes out in the morning is the one that's most filtered and the one that has the most antibodies in it. So it's the most potent one, I would say. So I would definitely drink the first one in the morning and then as much as you can during the day.
Wow, really cool. Okay, then we have Kirti, and he's asking, hi, thank you for having us here. I'm newly transitioning to a food-based diet, along with practicing Orin therapy since a few months now. Does Orin help with cravings for cooked food? Also, do you have any tips for someone slowly getting into drinking aged urine? The smell tends to become more and more strong with me. Is it supposed to smell worse, or is there any reason why that should happen? Thank you. So let's divide it into a few questions. So the first question was, does Orin help with cravings for cooked food?
Absolutely. That's what helped me to get rid of my cooked food addiction, because I think it definitely creates an addiction. Once you have it, you want to have it over and over and over. The next day you crave it again. But once you do Orin therapy, and also the main thing for me was enemas. Once I do a 5-gallon enema, then your whole body gets a reset and you never ever crave any food that's been, you know, not working for you. You lose all your cooked food addictions. And it's like you're starting on a clean slate. Then from then on, whatever you only crave, whatever you introduce your body to. So let's say you did a 5-gallon enema and then you start off with fruit, then you only crave fruit. If you have nuts and seeds, you will crave nuts and seeds. If you have cooked food, then you will continue craving cooked food. So every time I fell from a raw vegan diet in these past 7 years, I did an enema, and then it reset me again, and I would lose all my cravings for cooked foods. So for drinking, I would say it helps only if you do a long Orin fast. So if you do like 3, 4, 5 day Orin fast, just by drinking, you know, then it helps to clear out the cravings. But enema does it in an hour, one time, very fast.
Very interesting. And then the same guy is asking about the aged urine. He says the smell tends to become more and more strong with time. Is it supposed to smell worse, or is there any reason why that shouldn't happen?
So it really depends on how your fresh urine was in the beginning. So let's say you had cooked food and your fresh urine was blurry, cloudy, which means you already had some, you know, impurities in it. Then that urine becomes very stinky and very like gets a bad smell when it's aged. So that's normal. And what Monica should suggest, who's been practicing this for 25 years, she suggests that urine, that aged urine, should be filtered. So you get rid of all those impurities and then you can drink it. Also, what happens with the aged is when you're aging it, So this is pretty new. This is only from, I think 1 or 2 days old. This is not considered aged yet. For aged, it should be like 3-4 days old. So what happens with the aged is the sediments go down and then you get this clear part above. So I would suggest if it's a smaller bottle, you can just put a straw and drink the clear top above and not drink the sediments. Or if you have to pour it into a glass, just put a strainer and pour it and filter out all the sediments, and then you can drink it. But even if you drink the sediments, it's not hard. It's not harmful for you.
Good, good. Okay, Raju is saying, you briefly showed some gadgets such as goggles and the silicone sucker at the last webinar. Can you show how to use them?
Sure. Just give me a moment. Let me grab them.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Okay, so I have a few here with me. All right, so the first one is this one, neti pot. I love this one because it really helps clear the nasal area. So what you do is you can put your fresh here, you can mix fresh and aged together to have it more potent. I've done it with only aged as well. It really burns. So I would go slow and steady, like, you know, start with the fresh one. So you can put your urine here and then you put it on one nozzle, and then you can either close it. If you close it, then it goes behind your throat and you drink it. If you don't close it, then it comes out from this side. That one is easier. To drink it is more challenging, but you can definitely practice and get better at that. And then I do the same thing with the other side. This really gives a good cleanse to the nasal area and for your pineal gland. It helps you to get a better sleep, to have more vivid dreams. It helps you to remember your dreams when you get up, and it really helps with all issues around, you know, sinuses, ears, with the brain, throat. You know, it helps all this area.
Yeah.
And if you drink it, it helps the body as well.
To change, how often do you do that?
Well, I used to do it every day in the morning, but then I stopped, but I want to start it again. I mean, you can do it every day, every morning. It's not a problem. You can even do it 3 times. If you're fighting a flu or a cold, I mean, there's no chance you can do that if you're practicing oral therapy, but let's say you are going through something, you can do it like 3 times a day too.
Okay.
It has no harm. And then, yeah, then I have a few more other gadgets. This is for ladies. It really makes life super easy. You know, you just put it on and you can pee in a bottle with this, especially when you're outside and, you know, in the car or traveling. This is really life-changing. And I also have this one. This is an eye cup. It's a glass cup like this. You can put your fresh Orin or mix it with fresh aged, and then you just put your eye like this and then go back, and you can wash your eyes like this every day. People who do this for a couple of months, they get rid of their glasses, they get rid of their cataracts, and it's a great tool, along with drinking, not just by this topically, along with drinking. It really helps. And then you can also do this with goggles. So I don't have that with me right now, but if you have, you know, either ski goggles or the small ones, you can fill them with Orin and put it on your eyes and just lay down for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It gives a good cleanse. It pulls out all the mucus and you can see better, feel better. It's a good, really good, great cleanse for the eyes. I don't know if I had any other gadgets, but yeah, I think these are the ones that I think. Yeah, you can also like use a brush, dip it into Orin, and then brush your hair and like give yourself a scalp massage, and also, you know, make sure your scalp absorbs it. It's really good for the hair growth too.
Mm.
Mhm.
And then after you do it with your hair, do you wash it with water or you just leave it like that?
Well, if it's fresh Orin, you can leave it. I mean, even with aged Orin, you can leave it. Once the skin absorbs it, it doesn't smell.
Mm.
But I always leave it. I never wash it. I do this especially when I'm at the beach or when I'm in the sun. I just put it on my skin and rub it and let it dry. Because when you're washing it, you're just letting it go. But it's really good if it stays on the skin and if the skin absorbs it. And especially under the sun, it gets dry and it gets absorbed really quickly. So I would suggest to do that. But even if you're doing at home in winter, you know, I would try to leave it on your skin. The longer it stays on your skin, the better.
Okay, cool, cool. And then Sebastian is asking, can you tell us how would you combine juice feasting and Orin? What kind of protocol? How much juice and how much Orin?
That's a great question. I love this question. So the thing is, it really depends on you. The more Orin you drink, the better. I would make sure to drink like at least a gallon of juice every day. I mean, not a juice, in combination. So the more proportion you give to the Orin, the more healing it is for you. Because I think what's really helping the healing is the Orin. So if you go with like, let's say 1 coconut water and the rest of the day Orin is perfect. You will like get so much out of that. But if you're doing, you know, 5 or 6 bottles of pineapple juice, watermelon juice, or other juices, and then just 1 cup Orin, then you will get less results, I think. Orin is really the healing agent when you're doing an Orin face. So the more you do, the better. And there's no really a rule like you need to drink this much or that much. Like it's the more Orin you drink, the better. Or I should say, like if you're on the end of your juice fast or Orin fast and your body is not making as much Orin, then it's like the more of what you make, if you drink that, it's better. I don't know if I'm being clear.
Okay, okay, cool. And then another person is saying, one Indian prime minister did Orin therapy and lived 98 years.
Yes.
Have you heard about that?
Yes, I've heard about him. And he suggested to the public, he spoke out loud about it, which was amazing. Yeah, I don't know how his diet was like, but yeah, his long life must be because of that.
Amazing. And then the same person is asking, do you know anyone who cured autoimmune diseases with juice fasting with Orin?
Do I know anyone personally? No, I don't. But I've read it in the books. I've read many testimonies, especially in the book of Water of Life from John Armstrong. You will see many testimonials for the autoimmune diseases, and he was promoting both drinking and applying it onto the skin multiple times a day.
Good.
Because when you're drinking, you're working systematically, but when you're applying on your skin, you're affecting it topically. So, and you're getting more minerals that way, because there are certain parts of our body closer to our skin where the blood circulation is not as high as much. So when you're applying it topically, the Orin has a chance to go into even those spots where the blood can't go that much.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, and then Noah is asking, Tuche, do you still ingest any herbs formulas and slash or teas?
I don't. I'm not saying they're bad for you. I think they have great benefits. But to me, after finding Orin, everything feels so slow that I don't feel the need to. I just consume fruit juice, celery juice, some leafy greens here and there, and that's pretty much it. And Orin. I don't consume any, I don't take any supplements. I don't use any herbal teas. I mean, you could consider celery an herb or cilantro, parsley an herb, and I definitely use those leafy greens, but I use them in the fresh form. I don't cook them, I don't make teas.
Okay, very good. Now, Ado is asking actually two questions. If one is not on a very clean diet, for example, some meat, some dairy, grains, as well as fruit and veggies, is it still good to use Orin therapy?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. It's good for anyone. Like I said, even if you're on pharmaceuticals or using synthetic drugs and, you know, drinking alcohol, eating flesh or, you know, animal secretions, grains, anything, it's always good for you. It might not come out as clear and as tasty, but it's still good for you. As long as you can drink it, it will help you to clean your blood and to clean your body. And it will even help you to like get rid of the side effects of being on a heavy diet or not so clean diet, you know. So it's definitely good to use it. And how does one filter urine if it's cloudy? So if it's cloudy, you can either clean up your diet, you know, go on to for more fruits and vegetables, have some, start the day with a like a fruit juice or a vegetable juice, or you can also try like or commit yourself to, you know, swapping one meal a day to a raw vegan meal. Let's say you're having oatmeal for breakfast, change that to a fruit meal, you know, and then change 2 meals to a raw vegan meal, you know, work your way up to eating more of a living food diet. And also, second thing, you can drink more distilled water to dilute your urine, clean your blood. Distilled water has 0 parts per million. It's equal to rainwater. It's the purest water out there. So when you drink it, it works like a vacuum almost. It cleans out all the inorganic minerals within the body. It cleans the blood, cleans the organs, and therefore your urine comes out much clearer. Remember, urine is only a reflection of your blood. So if you want your urine to be clean, your intake of foods needs to be living foods, and your diet needs to be clean, and you need to be really hydrated. So drinking distilled water helps a lot, and raw fruits mainly.
Great, great. Okay, then Kirti says, thank you. That really helps. Thank you, Kirti.
You're welcome.
Okay, and Ado, the same guy who asked the previous question, is asking again, when I go on mainly fruit and veggies diet, my teeth become very, very sensitive. Does this make sense, and how to deal with it?
So the reason that the teeth becomes very sensitive usually happens due to lack of mineralization. And this happens due to acidic foods. So if you're coming from a background of acidic foods, and what are acidic foods? They are all animal products, whether it's flesh, meat, or their secretions, you know, eggs, cheese, yogurt, milk. These are all acidic. Now, they are not acidic on the outside. Like when you put them on your counter, it doesn't erode your countertop. But when it goes through the reaction in the body, the ashes that are left from that reaction is acidic. So you might think like, oh, lemon is more acidic because it erodes my countertop. It is acidic on the outside, but when it goes through the reaction in the body, the ashes that get left out of it are alkaline. So it is acidic on the outside, but it is alkalizing. And the animal products and the animal secretions are not acidic on the outside, but when they go through reaction, they are acidifying. So when you're on a diet like that, your blood becomes acidic. And what the body does is it steals calcium from the teeth and the bones to make it alkaline again, because calcium is a mineral that makes the blood alkaline. So the reason that you might have sensitivities are due to this mineral lack. And the way to bring those minerals back are definitely the citrus family, because they are really high in calcium. So the lemon water, the orange juice, grapefruit juice, and eating these fruits as whole is really important to bring all the minerals back. But in general, vegetables and fruits are really high in minerals. So I would just suggest you to, you know, slowly change your diet into that. And so the reason that your teeth become sensitive when you eat fruits and vegetables, I don't know, like, is there any type of fruit and vegetable that makes it so, or because it's supposed to get better and better on that diet. Sometimes like the lemon juice makes it seem like it's getting more sensitive, but that's just aggravating the mineral lack that's already there, I think. So if you like consume lemon water every day on an empty stomach, you know, it's very good for remineralizing the body. It also cleanses the liver and it remineralizes the body. And your teeth sensitivity should go away.
Okay. Then Elaine is asking, what is the gadget called that allows you to pee in a bottle?
Oh, this one. I got this from Amazon. I think it's called Urine utensil. Something like that. If they just type in urine for women, it will come out. It will pop. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And then the last one here in the chat for now. Tuche, have you done iridology reading since you have started Orin therapy? If yes, was there any changes?
Yes, absolutely. My eyes are going lighter and lighter since I started. I got the iridology course from Dr. Morse's school, and I do iridology readings. And I've been looking at my eyes every time I get a chance in the sun and, you know, in the mirror. And I have pictures of it too. They definitely go lighter. But yeah, I still have a long way to go with the detox because it's a slow process. Yeah, my eyes, one iridologist, when she looked at my eyes, she said I have blue eyes, but they look hazel. So I still have some more cleanup to do, but they're going lighter and lighter every year.
Wow, so inspiring. Wonderful. Ido says, thank you, very helpful.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Okay, guys, now it's the time for your personal questions. So just unmute yourself and ask any question you want without restricting yourself. Okay, so it looks like all the questions have been answered.
Yeah, I feel like we covered a lot in the last session today. You know, I feel like once this therapy goes hand in hand with a clean diet, it really has, you know, it does miracles. But even if, you know, one's diet is not optimal, it still gives you a lot of benefits. But if you are working on a health issue and if you want to just take your health into the next level, really the diet and this goes hand in hand. And also if you are, you know, working on your fasting, dry fasting, weekly fasting, this is a really great tool to use on the days that you're still consuming foods and liquids. This will get you prepared for the dry fasting, and you will have a much better, much easier dry fasting experience. And you can even go for longer, because I mean, the main reason that we have difficulties while doing dry fasting is due to the impurities that we have in our bodies. Because these get flushed into the bloodstream, we might get side effects, headaches, tiredness, all sorts of things. But when you are regularly cleaning up your body with this liquid, with this golden elixir, you know, it becomes really much easier to fast. And you don't even think about like making a decision to fast. It comes naturally. You're like, okay, I don't feel like eating anything right now. I don't feel like drinking anything right now. It doesn't become forceful where you pick up a day in your mind. Okay, Sunday I'm going to dry fast, you know, and then you make a decision, and then maybe you go against your body's will. You're still wanting a juice, but you're dry fasting that way, that day, right? It becomes something that's like clashing with your body. But when you're doing this therapy, you get these moments and hours and days where you feel like, okay, today I don't feel like, you know, eating anything. I don't feel like I need it. You know, it becomes a natural way of living. It's really beautiful, because it cleans all the impurities out of you. It hydrates you, it helps you to get back to that homeostasis phase where you're hydrated and you're pure, you know. So it's a beautiful way, beautiful method to incorporate at any point in your life, whether to clean up your diet, to work on a health issue, to get better at, you know, fasting, to go for longer periods of fasting, for anything really, or just to have emotional, mental, spiritual effects. We didn't touch upon that much, but what it does is it really brings you into your heart space. That's the benefit that I personally love the most, because when you're not emotional, because when you go for food, you're usually emotional, right? You want to suppress an emotion, or you feel like you're lacking something and you feel like you need something. But when you're cleaning up yourself with this golden elixir of life, like all the impurities go away, you feel so pure and so blissful, so happy, so loving, that you don't feel like you need anything external. You feel content and you feel enough. And that's what's beautiful about it. I think it just, you know, brings you back to that, you know, your original state of joy, love, being content with yourself, being enough, you know. You get all those blissful feelings.
Wow, amazing. Then we have a Sika Colley is asking any good books to refer on Orin therapy. Thanks a lot for your help on this. And then Jason answered John Armstrong, Water of Life. I think we covered the last time that you mentioned few books, but maybe you could mention them again just for people who are watching this one and not the previous one.
Yeah, absolutely. I also have a PDF collection on my G Drive that I can share with you if you DM me on my Instagram. But just to mention here, I could go to my G Drive and check for you. I highly suggest, yeah, Water of Life, John Armstrong, and then Your Own Perfect Medicine by Martha Christie. And Let me see. Book of Aquarius is amazing. Urine, the Holy Water by Harold W. Tietze is amazing. I can type these down for you. Okay, so here, Urine, the Holy Water by Harold Tietze. And then there are some really great scientific research out there that is good to read. If you search for urine stem cell therapy, most of them come out. I'm also going to be guiding a workshop coming in October. Sorry, not October, November. November or December. I haven't set it up yet, but it's going to be mainly about going through these research that I found on stem cells, urine therapy, and we're going to be diving deep into you know, these researches and what's already found and what's already proven. And we're going to also do a challenge together where we'll be Orin fasting for
Wow.
2 days or 3 days. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Tuchen, that's actually exactly what I wanted to ask you towards the end of this webinar. Please tell us again about services that you provide and your, you know, personal coaching and your vision for different workshops you will be leading in the near future, etc.
Sure. So yeah, I'm offering one-to-one coaching as well as like a 1 month long coaching where we get in touch every week a couple of times to keep you on schedule, to keep you on track for a month long, or also one-on-one coaching on a time that works for you. So I'm offering that. I'm also planning to create a workshop in, like I said, in November or December, like a 2-day workshop to dive more deeper into this therapy and to, you know, talk about some research that is done out there and also to go for a challenge together. That, and I'm also doing a lot of interviews on Instagram, on my Instagram page, on my IGTV with people who are practicing this therapy. So if you want to find out more from other testimonials, you can check out the interviews that I've already made. If you go to my IGTV, there's like around 20 or 30 interviews and really like life-changing information they're given from other health coaches as well. So I would really suggest you to check those out. And I think that's all. And also, if you're in the area, of, you know, New York, New Jersey, or if you're driving, if you can drive out here, we have a Kundalini yoga event next Saturday on the 16th. And I'm going to be giving another speech there about Orin therapy and the benefits. So you're more than welcome to join. It's free. You're welcome to join us there.
That's really cool. Tuche, so when people contact you, the best way to contact you would be through your Instagram page?
Yes, it would be best if you could contact me from my Instagram page. On my bio, there's a link where you can take a look at all my offerings, or you know, you can listen to the YouTube videos, or I also posted some articles there. You can all check those out. Or I mean, you can also email me, but I think like Instagram would be the best way, the fastest way.
Yeah.
Get back to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and we'll put all the contact details below this video, guys, so you will find everything. I also wanted to ask you related to your services. So what kind of physical or mental challenges you, according to your feeling, you are the most specialized in, like, in helping people with?
I think the area that I'm most specialized about is the living foods diet and oral therapy, like to reverse any type of situation, any type of disease. But the most that I have experience on are definitely thyroid diseases, insulin resistance, all types of diabetic issues, whether it's type 1, type A or type B, type 1 or 2, or they call it 2.5, insulin resistances, hypoglycemia, any type of hormonal issues, regarding cycles, and autoimmune issues, viral issues, bacterial diseases. I have experience along those regions, and also arthritis and depression, mental cases, mental issues like, OCD, ADD, all of those. I've had clients who had issues along these patterns, and I was able to help them. So yeah.
This is
And
amazing. I'm just curious to, so if a person comes to you with this kind of mental challenges that you have just mentioned, so is your strategy of working related to a changing of the diet and Orin therapy, or you're also doing some kind of mental work or meditation or affirmations, etc.?
My portal is definitely the physical. That's what I work with. I find meditation, breath work, affirmations very helpful, but I believe that there's a really a way to do this physically too.
Okay.
So I mean, that's why I just start with the person's, diet, and I help them to incorporate Orin therapy, and they see results right away. I mean, with depression, it's really easy. It's just a matter of healing the gut-brain connection, and getting on Orin therapy and cleaning the body all out from impurities, and especially heavy metals. And age is a big one. So it really it gives you such fast results that whereas if I were to go with like meditations and breath work and affirmations, I feel like it would take me much longer time. So this for me is like the fastest, quickest way to see results, and that's why I go with it. And yeah, my expertise is definitely the physical.
Amazing.
I mean, you can always do the others on the side. I think it's very helpful, but I think there's always a physical cause to these kind of things, because we get exposed to so many physical damage from external world, from either the jabs that we get, or, from pharmaceuticals, and all these kind of things, from pesticides, herbicides. I feel like even if we did meditation and breath work every day, I don't know, it would take a long time. I feel like there's a power into getting into the body and getting these impurities out, so that you naturally feel happy and good in the mental mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, so Noah is saying thank you so much, dear one. So thank you, Noah.
So thank you, Noah. Thank you, everyone who came here today and listened to me. I could really go on forever talking about like diet and Orin therapy. I'm really glad you all took the time to come here and, to save this time for yourself. And please share this information with others too. Anyone could get the benefits from this therapy and from this way of living, this way of eating. So yeah, if there's anyone around you who is in need, make sure to spread the message, because it's really life-changing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Elaine is saying, thank you so much. You are very generous with your knowledge. Yeah, and Ado says, wonderful interview. Thank you very much. Wonderful information, he says. Wow, that is amazing. Tucci, so please update us once you have the dates of your workshop and all the details, and maybe we could even organize another interview or another webinar towards that, where we'll talk about it and we'll help people sign up and decide whether it's suitable for them or not. It's going to be lots of fun. Going to have fun with that.
I would love to do that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hosting me once again and for helping me to spread this message. It's been really an honor and so like enjoyable, you know, for me to be able to answer the questions and help everyone. And yeah, I'm always here. If you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram name is PlasmaGoddess. I'll type it here.
Yeah.
I just gave this name to myself to remind you all that you are all plasma gods and goddesses. We all have this, you know, with power within us. So it's just a reminder.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put all the details below the video. Thank you so much, Tucci. You're amazing. It was wonderful. We had lots of fun. I'm sure all of us. And thank you so much. Have a
Thank you.
great day.
Thank you everyone who joined. Much
Thank
love.
you. Much love. Bye bye.
Bye bye.